What was your relationship like with Bill?
Honestly, I wasn't a big fan of Bill. I was a huge fan of Dr. Tom. Like when I first got there, it was Dr. Tom, Norman Smiley. Loved Norman Smiley. I actually have a story of him too, because when I first got there, I was like, me and Evelise were like the only ones from like the indies that had like previous wrestling experience, you know, and it was a very small group. Like FCW was really tiny, you guys. Like it was really tiny, dusty old warehouse. Like it was just like, this is WWE. Like this is like so bizarre.
We've arrived.
I was just like, really? Like this is so crazy compared to NXT now. Like, you know, when Hunter took over and made it just like this big special thing. But yeah, there was only a small group of us, like 5 girls. But like when I got there, like I felt like everyone kind of was like a little bit standoffish with me, which is absolutely fine. Like I'm new, but I was young, so I just took it personally, of course. But I was just like, I was really intimidated. And then everyone was going. I was there for a couple of months. Then Mania started coming around, Mania in Miami, and everyone got to go except for me at that time. And I was like, oh well, I've only been here for a couple of months. I understand. But then Norman called me. And because like a couple of days before I did like this wrestling match, and I guess they were like impressed by me. And I've been there for a couple months at this point already, so they got to know me a little bit more. Yeah. And Norman, bless his heart, he calls me and he was just like, I was at my apartment and he was just like, I just want to let you know that when you first came here, I thought you were going to think that your shit doesn't stink because of like being on the indies. He was just like, but I just want to say that you're a really good person. And he was just like, I misjudged you. And I was like, you misjudged, because Norman's so sweet. You don't know that he's misjudged you in any way. You just think he's just an angel, right?
Yeah. Norman being like, who is this chick?
Yeah, but
Wait,
he was,
I
like,
was wrong.
Yeah, but he was like so nice, so I never saw it from him.
Yeah.
You know, like I'm like, I guess you can hide it very well, or you just don't know how to be mean. Like, I don't know. But he was just like, I just want to let you know that you're going to go to WrestleMania. And I was just like, oh, this is great. So this was like a huge moment, and it was just like really cool. So I love Norman. And then there's, Dr. Tom, Joey Mercury, Steve Kern. Oh, Ricky Steamboat was there sometime.
Oh, yeah. Yep. He was there when I first started going down there.
Yeah. And then Dusty, of course. What an angel he was, huh?
Total angel.
Yeah, he was great. So when, like, you know, it kind of, like, got took over by Bill, it was just a whole shift in energy. Like, it was more like a army boot camp or something like that. But it was more like less learning about wrestling and more just wanting to blow us up in the ring. Yeah. And then when Sarah came in, like it was kind of like we weren't split up into groups of like experience. So I just had to keep taking these freaking arm drags over and over again, and then taking a bump, and then doing these rolls, and I'm
front
just like,
rolls, baby.
I'm just like, oh my god, like this is so brutal. I just want to learn new moves, you know what I mean? I want to learn to wrestle. I don't want to keep doing the same shit over and over again. I'm like, you know, I can help these girls out, whatever, but like I want to learn too. But it was just like the same thing over and over again, nothing new.
Was there ever times that they were trying to change your style? Because your style was like pretty, and not like drastically different from everyone else's, but you had that like, just like,
I had to tone it down a little bit and make it a little bit more girly. Like with Dr. Tom again, he like let us do whatever, and we were having like Money in the Bank matches, and like he was letting us do German suplexes, and he was just like, whatever you do, as long as you do it safely, like it's all good. And like he trusted us with it, and we had so much fun. But then when Bill came along, it was just like, no, you know, can't do that stuff. I have to do this, and it was just like it was annoying. And he wanted me to start wearing more color.
No.
Yeah. And I remember being so disappointed one day because we all got.
I guess that's what we can see in the in your movie, right? Like when it is that like.
But it was the trainer that was telling me to wear more color. So like he was constantly saying how Summer Rae was like the perfect diva and stuff like that, you know, and he was like.
Summer
Rae, and I was like, okay, but like the reason why I got signed is because of the way I look, like not because I look like Summer, it's because I look like me, you know. Yeah. So it was the whole thing, and so, but he was like, you should try wearing more color anyway. So I remember there was a show in Tampa, and like FCW got invited, so we all went, and I wore a blue dress, and I hated it, but I wore this blue dress because I wanted to like make Bill happy, right? And so. I thought, like, you know, okay, I look like a diva. I felt good about it at the time, though, you know. I was just like, okay, I look like a diva, you know. I look more like Summer Rae. And then we get back to, you know, the center at the time, like the day after or whatever. And he was just like, I just want to give a special shout out to someone that was really trying yesterday who looks just like a diva. And then he said Summer Rae. And I was just like, like, for f***'s sake. Like, I was just like... this. I was just
get
like,
it, Summer.
Yeah, no, it has nothing to do with Summer.
No, I know. I love
like
Summer.
Summer was like fantastic, right? She looked the part and stuff like that. Yeah. But it was just like, if I was trying and it was just like hitting a wall, you know what I mean? So in the end, I was just like, this guy. Like, I'm not going to keep on trying to impressive, especially when Dusty was telling me the opposite. And I'd rather listen to Dusty Rhodes than a Bill DeMott. You know what I mean?
Of course.
So Dusty Rhodes was just like, no, baby, you're mysterious. You know, and he was just like my raven-haired lady, you know, and I was just my porcelain princess. So I was just like, you're right. He was just like, no, them, you do you. And he was telling me that's what makes me special and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But I had that. But I got frustrated with Dusty at one point. I think I told you this story before.
Yeah, we talked about that.
I called him mother in the middle of promo class because he was just like, I need you to be more mysterious and trying to say less but do more. And I was just like, ugh! Like, so we're like,
and those promo classes are really intense because everyone's watching you and like. You get kind of randomly called. Everyone's staring daggers through you.
Dusty loved to randomly call me up all the time, dude.
He randomly called me up once, and I was like, "What?"
You're like, "What am I doing here?" Yeah, it's brutal and it's intimidating and scary, but it makes you better. It really does.
Sure.
But I hated him for it at the time.
Being like doing a promo in front of like an audience versus like your peers.
Exactly. You're getting judged by these motherfuckers. Like I've been in your spot. I know exactly what you're thinking right now, dude.
Yeah.
So like I remember him being like telling me all this stuff, and I just got so frustrated, and I just like had like kind of a creative blog, and I went up there and I just did this stupid prayer. It was bad, but like he doesn't care about embarrassing you, you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. But so he'll just be like, I asked you for chicken dinner, you give me chicken shit like that in front of everybody, and I was just like, F you motherfucker, like, you know, and I like walk off and I stomp upstairs to like the locker room. Then he comes like shortly after and he like knocks on the door. He's like, it's my porcelain princess in here. And he was like, first of all, nobody calls me a motherfucker. And I was just like, you're right. I'm so sorry, Dusty. It's just like, I'm overwhelmed. And he was just like, you know, he was just like, you just have to give 100% all the time. He was just like, you have to try every single day. Even if there's 2 people in the audience, you always give your, 110%. But he's also like, I just want you to be, he knew that I could be a star.
Pushing, yeah.
Yeah, and he was just like really, really pushing it, He was just like, I just know you can be something special. He was just like, you just have to trust me and just,
Yeah.
And he was just great. And like,
the best.
Yeah, man,
it
was such a sad day when he passed away.
Oh my God.
We were filming for Total Divas. And everyone just started crying. I was like, what happened? They were like, Dusty died. And I was like, no.
Yeah.
I was like, devastated.
I remember, I was on a treadmill. Remember like being on a treadmill and getting like the text, and I was like, it's when moments like that happen, you can like remember exactly where you were.
Exactly.
Yeah, so horrible. Love Dusty.
I remember
love Dusty.
Dusty's funeral. I was like, I don't know wherever I want to go because funerals are hard, right?
Yeah.
Especially in America. In England, everyone's just having a great time at a funeral. It's crazy.
That actually sounds like a better way to do it because you should be celebrating the person, right? Rather than
you
just
like bury them or do your thing, and then you go have this wake, but it's literally just a huge party and everyone's drinking, have a good time, and like celebrating their life. Where over here is more like mourning. Like it's really sad.
Very sad.
Sad event, right?
Yeah.
So like I just remember being like, I don't know if I can handle going, especially at that age, and my dad, I remember him saying to me, he was just like, if you don't go, you'll regret it.
Sure.
And I was just like, you're so right. So I ended up going.
Yeah.
And there was a lot of people there.
There was a lot of people.
Yeah, and it was just like hearing Cody talk about him, man.
Oh, it just gave me goosebumps. Right? Ooh, yeah.
Dude, he was like, he just did such a good like eulogy, dude.
My whole body's covered in goosebumps right now.
It was just really beautiful because he brought up like the broken toys thing, and Dusty used that before. He was just like, I love my broken toys because he loves like putting them back together and like shining them up, It was just like, I'm glad I went.